Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Steps and it's under the command of Goliath Killer 1. But there is a troll in his midst. Yes, one of the tanks in front of him is going to troll him for the rest of the battle. And I wonder if you know which one it is. It should become immediate obvious. The troll will make himself known very shortly. And here he comes. And he's trying to inhibit, I think, the movement of that GW Tiger. Well, Goliath Killer's just gone over to the north bank of the railway line. And, well, there's a GW Tiger and a GW Tiger P attempting to come over the railway line. And the troll is the Lorraine 40-ton Big Dog. Well, they temporarily disappeared because that's a fault with the replay manager, I'm afraid. It does happen. Now we're going to stay in third person to see exactly what happens. Meanwhile, Goliath Killer 1 is aiming at the enemy on the west side of the battle. Ignoring the east side for the moment, but there are two other Arties, so they can take care of that. He's aiming for an IS-3A down in grid square H1. And you can see the other two GWs are also doing the same. The troll, the Lorraine 40-ton, hasn't actually moved from his position yet. And instead, you can see that, oh! Now, I don't think that was a counter battery. What we saw was a big explosion, but I don't think that was a counter battery at all. He hasn't lost any hit points. But the troll has actually made himself known in chat. If you watch the chat, it says Arty Scrum off the world. So he's making his sense known, or he's making himself known, and he's now started trolling the other Arty. Yep, he's ramming the Arty to put their aim off. Because of course, as you know, if a vehicle rams into another vehicle, it upsets the aim and have to start aiming all over again. When he stopped trying to ram the GW Tiger P, and now he's headed over to annoy Goliath Killer 1. And here he comes. And yes, he's rammed into the side of Goliath Killer, who fires his shell, but unfortunately doesn't get any damage. And yep, Big Dog is headed towards a ban. Yeah, if you carry on with that sort of behaviour, Wargaming won't take it very lightly. They will ban you. They will suspend you. Even Wargaming eventually has no tolerance for people who won't let other people play. And he's now trying to ram the GW Tiger. And both players have actually been badly damaged. In fact, the GW Tiger P has lost most of his hit points, and so has the GW Tiger, and he's just gone out of the game. Goliath Killer just managed to get a hit on a TVP T5051. In fact, he's managed to accumulate over 1,000 hit points of damage so far. But he's lost both of his RT teammates, and he's now, the GW Tiger P says, I'm going to be reporting you, which is quite right. TVP's just fired a round into Goliath Killer, and that's the end of his game. Yep, I'm afraid the enemy came up the east side of the map very quickly, and they rolled over the defenders, and, well, they killed all the RT, and now the guys who are on the other side of the map, on the west side, well, they're now having to come back to their cap, because if they don't, they're going to lose the game. Well, the troll, Big Dog, he's still in the game, but he won't be for very much longer because he's now facing two opponents, a GSOR and an Object 277, and an AMX-30B just joined the fight, and the GSOR killed the Lorraine, the troll. There's only 4 players left on their team. The enemy still has 11 players, so there's no way they're going to lose this. No way. They are capping, but they won't need to cap for very much longer. And Goliath Killer 1 was saying report the Lorraine 40-ton as troll, which is quite right because that's exactly what he did during the battle. And read back through the text, the messages and text, and you'll see that the Lorraine 40-ton deliberately targeted the Arty. And that's it, game's over. So, let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was a loss, I'm afraid, yes, and Goliath Killer 1 did manage to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, but he didn't get much in the way of damage because he wasn't allowed to, mostly because his team actually fell, but also because of that troll. That troll did bang into him and ram him at a point when he was actually trying to aim at the enemy, and of course he missed that shot. And we can see that, well, the highest scorers were the enemy, with the AMX-30B getting the top score. He got a Pascucci's in high caliber for 4,518 hit points, and then their 277 and their M53, M55s did rather well. In fact, his team, Goliath Killer's team, were actually saying that their Arty, the enemy's Arty, were very good. And you can see that right away because one of them got over 2k, one of them just under 2k, and the other one as well. So it looks like they were being absolutely hammered by the enemy Arty. And the Goliath Killer's team were being hammered by their own players, or rather one of them, this one, BIGBIGDOG. He's the troll. Fired 3 shots, 2 direct hits, 1 penetration, damage of 271 hit points, a rather paltry sum. Slightly more than 3 other members of their team, but it just goes to show this guy was a troll. He was responsible for interrupting the team and preventing 3 players from playing. So yes, I think Wargaming, you need to get on this guy and you need to give him a ban, sufficient suspension to actually remind him that if he agrees to the end user license agreement, then he must abide by Wargaming's rules, and that means you cannot interfere with other players in the way that you did, because that's unsportsmanlike conduct and would result in a ban. Thanks for watching.